Guys, it is day 2 of Comicon, and we are going to talk about the top picks for today. Alright, let me start off by talking about Ash vs. Evil Dead. They released a trailer today for it. It was amazing. And I want to say that the Bruce Campbell is back as Ash, and he is just as awesome as he was in the past. Very over the top, and old and crotchety. You know, I think they want to show that off, and he's super ridiculous. It's probably, I think, at this point, my favorite trailer for this upcoming fall. Like, I think that's my most anticipated TV show right now. If you want to go check it out, it is on YouTube right now. All right, it looks like we have quite a few new trailers that came out today. We have the new season of Walking Dead trailer, which shows off a confrontation between Rick and returning character Morgan. Looks like they're going to be fighting over the leadership of Alexandria. We also have trailers for The Man in the High Tower, which is an exclusive show on Amazon Prime about the what if Axis powers had actually won World War II, and now the United States is under the control of both Nazi Germany and the Empire of Japan. We also got trailers for DC Comics Legends of Tomorrow and the prequel Fear the Walking Dead for the Walking Dead series. It looks like it's going to take place it's going to be a prequel story that's really going to focus on kind of the outbreak. It looks very high quality, and it looks like it's going to be almost kind of this movie-esque. But it looks really good so far. Alright guys, and now it's time for some more animated news. We have the animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series that's been going on currently. For a while, Jason Biggs was casted as Leonardo, but now Seth Green has taken over for that role. And there's tons of guest stars for this season that are going to be announced. A lot of big ones right now. David Tennant, Peter Stormare, Michael Dorn, Lance Hendrickson from Aliens, and the ones I really like are Ron Perlman. He's going to play as Armageddon, which is the mutant shark villain that they fight, and also Mona Lisa, which is another mutant character that was from the old TV show. And it looks like we're getting some more news about the new Ghostbusters movie that Paul Feig, I believe, is doing. The one with the all-girl cast. They have released a full set picture this time. Yesterday they released a picture of the four main characters in their costumes, but that was not too bad. Now today they have all the characters with their proton packs on in their suits, and the Ecto-1 is behind it. So looks like we're getting more scene photos, and hopefully we'll get some more tomorrow too. And now for some Star Wars news. We didn't get any new trailers or anything, but we got a 3-minute behind the scenes clip that kind of shows a lot of the behind the scenes stuff and how everyone on the set was so amazed about working on a new Star Wars film. And you also got to see some new stuff from Simon Pegg, which it looks like he is going to be in the movie, probably as a small cameo, I'd assume. And then you also got to see a few more set pictures of a crashed TIE fighter, as well as Peter Mayhew in his costume as Chewbacca, which was pretty great. They also showed off some of the villains of Episode 7, Kylo Ren and Captain Phasma, which they both shown beforehand, but I think the newest one is General Nux. I don't think we've actually seen a picture of him before. Now on to some DC news. DC animated news, that is. Bruce Timm has announced that he's going to be doing Batman Killing Joke. For those who don't know, the Batman Killing Joke, done by Alan Moore, is kind of one of the definitive Batman stories of the Joker, which not only has shown his origin, but has been considered to some as being kind of the ultimate Batman story, the ultimate Batman Joker story, which depicts kind of the end of the whole Batman-Joker relationship. Now, it seems like we tend to get a lot of Archie news recently. We've had the Archie Predator crossover that's been going on recently, and also the new Archie series done by big comic book writer Mark Waid. But now we're actually talking about there being a TV show. I think it's already been talked about for a while, but the Archie TV show Rivendell is now going to be on the CW TV channel. The series will not only include Archie and his crew, but also you'll see Josie and the Pussycats. All right, moving on to the Marvel news. There's not too much to talk about right now since the Marvel panel, majority of the stuff was already leaked onto the internet a couple weeks ago. They announced that Squirrel Girl's returning. There's going to be a new Blade series, possibly a female Blade character. The Invincible Iron Man series has been announced. The all-new Wolverine, which has X-23 as Wolverine now. The Captain America starring Sam Wilson. And an all-new version of the Illuminati. Now, there actually is a lot to talk about for the DC comic books. They released a follow-up to what's going to happen after the Darkseid War storyline. Sounds like the superheroes in the series are going to have a lot of change up on them. And I'm just going to kind of read off kind of what they've summarized for it. So, Batman, quote, armed with the godlike power of the Mobius chair, the Dark Knight has taken the role of the Metreon and plans to use the infinite knowledge of this device to turn Gotham into a completely crime-free zone. That's pretty cool for Batman to now be essentially like this god, taking over Gotham. That's pretty cool. Now they have Superman. Superman corrupted by the weird energies of the apocalypse fire pits. Superman has been turned into an angry, violent brute. And only one man can possibly save him, Lex Luthor. Sounds like, I think from the stuff that they're talking about here, that Superman may be turning into, I would think, a version of Apocalypse. I'm going to bring up later on with the Lex Luthor version, but I feel like he's going to be kind of the muscle of Superman, the muscle of Darkseid, and the ruler side will be kind of Lex Luthor from what I think. Now for the Green Lantern. Oa has been conquered and transformed into a parademon factory. The Green Lantern Corps is no more, and only Hal Jordan remains to follow the distress call from the last active Lantern seen fighting on Oa, John Stewart. Next is Lex Luthor. At last, Lex Luthor, the new rulers of Apocalypse, can do whatever he cannot accomplish on Earth, hold the fate of the world in his hands. But his one failure from the Darkseid War continues to keep him from peace that he craves, and only crazed Superman can help him get it. For the Flash takes a role of the Death's Harbinger, the Black Racer. The beneficiary of his first visit is Aquaman. For Shazam, instead of accessing the powers of the old gods, Billy Batson now commands the combined powers of the new gods, like Highfather, Mantis, and others trapped within the Source Wall. That power that no mortal should possess. Now, this is all part of the Justice League Gods and Men, which will ship in October, and they also have a cover for the Batman Gods and Men series that'll be going on in October as well. Now, it also seems like they're going to do a series with Robin. Seems like there's a lot of build-up for the Robin series. There's going to be a Batman and Robin Eternal series, which will run weekly for 6 months starting in October. It looks like it's going to be heavily focused on the relationship between Batman and Bruce Wayne Batman as well, and Dick Grayson as Nightwing, and possibly Robin as like a new Robin again. So that could be interesting. And then there's also going to be a crossover series between the Robin, Son of Batman, starring Damian, the Gotham Academy, which recently debuted with Damian in it, and now the We Are Robin series, which shows several characters under the mantle of Robin, many of which have never actually, I believe, appeared at all in the Batman series. All new Robins. And then we also have 2 new miniseries for Superman. There is a Superman Lois and Clark, which is going to be following the Convergent Superman, who is married to Lois and has a son of his own and wears a black suit. I don't know too much about it other than that, but it does sound like people will finally get the Lois and Clark stories that they've wanted in the last couple years. And then there's also a Superman American Alien, which is going to be written by Max Landis. Max Landis, who is famous for writing the Chronicle story, the movie Chronicle. And then also he is famous for a YouTube video explaining kind of the silly ridiculousness of the Death of Superman crossover that's going on. He's really smart. I like a lot of his writing so far. Now, the last bit of news we have for today is Dark Horse Comics is going to be doing some more Avatar and Korra comic books. The Korra series will actually continue off in the Dark Horse stories and will focus on the relationship between Korra and Asami. I know a lot of people were disappointed when the Korra cartoon series was finally canceled, and so kind of like the way Buffy and Angel have been with Dark Horse, now it seems like maybe Korra can kind of live on in the comic books as well. Alright guys, it looks like that's it for day 2 of Comicon. Now if you guys didn't catch it, I did do one yesterday for day 1 and tried to cover as much as I could for that one. If you guys also I do a podcast on iTunes if you'd like to subscribe to that. And then you can also just check out some of the other videos we do. We're also going to do some more Let's Play videos for other stuff such as Batman, Arkham Knight, and other things. Thank you again for listening. Later.